Good morning, everybody. My name is Balraj Gill, and on this vlog, I talk about relationships, life, spirituality, and business as well. So subscribe to my channel. This morning, I want to talk about relationships. I am a firm believer in long-term relationships. Also, I believe that if you have your values right and you know what you're looking for, you can find that right partner. And once you find that right partner, I also think, like I said, it's important to work through. Relationships are going to be work, because I've talked about mirrors before. Whomever your beloved or your person, your boyfriend, whomever is, your husband, they are, they're meant to bring out the ugly in you. The reason that the universe puts you together is because if you put in the work and you work through that ugliness, then you become more whole, not only as a person yourself, but together with your partner. And then you may not even be aware of energy, but what's going on in the background is when you are able to do that, your energy actually grows and becomes more positive and becomes more elevated. And you may not even know, when you're coming from your heart space, you may be coming with your partner, you're elevating everything around you, elevating the energy in your home, with your kids, whatever it may be. So just a quick example. My husband and I, most of you, if you follow me, you know it was an abusive relationship, but I kept going in it. And we were together for half my life. From 16, we met. He passed away when he was 31. And it was work. It was work. There was a lot of growth involved in our relationship. But I'm so glad that I went through that growth with him, because the last 8 months of his life were fabulous. We really enjoyed ourselves. But trust me, there was counseling, there was back and forth. And I have to say, because we put the work in, it got easier at the end. Yeah, it's not easy to do the work, but if you can go through it with your spouse, it gets easier. So all I know is how to be in long-term relationships. That's it. That's all I knew. So in my last relationship, it only lasted a year and a half. I came into the relationship with that attitude of longevity. Now, it's really funny what happens when it's time, when something is completely done. So we were together for a year and a half, and we would kind of go back and forth. And the reason that the universe even put us together is because I was starting to just develop my awareness, and I was just starting to open up my heart space just this much, just a little bit. And he came in my life at exactly that time where I needed something. I was new in business. I had a lot of stress. It was a startup, a lot of stress in the business. In life, we all do, right? It's a startup. So he came in at the right time, and he showed me love. Like, everything is love. Everything comes from love. And at that time, I couldn't quite understand him because I was so suppressed due to all the stresses in my life, and I was so much so in my mind, the ego. And, we kept this, he would leave and then come back, and, or I would pull him back, and we did this for a year and a half. And it's funny, when something's done and the lessons have been, or there's not, the lessons have been learned, there's further lessons to learn, but without that person, the universe is going to smack you in the face. I've talked about this already. And my smack in the face was when he didn't come back and he was already emotionally involved with another person. Now, back then it wasn't fun, but now when I look at it, what a blessing that female energy was to come in, because of her, it was like over. That's it. And for me, the reason that was the smack from the universe, but such a divine blessing, because of two reasons. It encouraged me to really reflect my inside and find self-love, and that he put me back on my path, actually, her and him assisted me by putting me back into my path and finding self-love, finding my purpose, finding everything I need right here and right now. So what a blessing that was. Look at each and every situation as it's a divine intervention. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but if you can look at it as an observer, and I've said this, have no negative or positive feelings, it's all a blessing. All you need to do is the inner work. If you sit down and do the inner work, you will see the blessing in everything. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about today, is look at, even if something is painful, it's a blessing. Just keep in mind it's a blessing. Yeah, because you know what I would have done, because this is all I know, I would have, he owns a business, I own a business. I wouldn't have been able to grow my business like I've grown it without him, because I would have felt the obligation, rightly so, he's my partner, to help him elevate his business. And I would have done it. But it would have been double the stress. Now I have all of everything I need just to focus on my business, and it's been growing, and I've been meeting more people, more entrepreneurs at high levels, and it's been wonderful. So everything is a blessing. It may not seem like it at the time, but if you can reflect, trust me, the universe does no harm. You just have to have no judgment. That's it. Love you guys. Bye.